Executive functioning, organization. Organization is being able to develop and maintain a sound system for keeping materials and plans neat and orderly. In this video, you will learn about the key components of organization and practical examples related to school. Organization of Workspace. Even elementary-age learners can provide insight into what they need from their learning space. Look for areas outside of your child's bedroom with natural light and view of the outdoors if possible. Learners will benefit from designated areas where they keep their notebooks, fiction and nonfiction reading materials, and other materials such as scissors and colored pencils. Having an analog clock and a visual timer are key aspects of the workspace, which we will talk about more in our time management module. Your child may prefer to have a workspace with their computer and a separate workspace to read or write. Secondary learners can also provide insight into what they need from their learning space. Ask about the learning spaces they have felt most comfortable and focused in over the years. Look for areas that limit external distractions such as TV, video games, and personal devices. Older learners can benefit from designated areas to keep textbooks, binders, and writing or art tools. They may also choose to continue utilizing a backpack and a pencil pouch that can be neatly packed up each day. Having an analog clock visible continues to be important, even for older students. Organization of materials. Elementary learners often use notebooks for reading and writing workshop. Students use pictures, post-it notes, tabs, headings, and their writing to organize within the notebooks. Notebooks are often used throughout the entire school year. Students also have everyday math journals and science journals. They may choose to use additional notebooks for math, science, and social studies if they want to take notes or keep their materials in one spot. Secondary learners often use notebooks, folders, and binders to organize materials for their 6 different classes. Students may choose to use a separate binder for each class or one large binder system with individual folders for each class. These materials can be color-coded to allow for quick visual scans when preparing for class. A student planner is another organizational tool used by many secondary students. Planners can be paper or digital, depending on the needs of the student. Accessing materials. Elementary students typically have very predictable schedules for math, reading, and writing. When a student thinks about what materials they need for Math Box page 70, they come to understand after repetition that the essential materials for math boxes are their everyday math workbook, a pencil, an eraser, a whiteboard or scratch paper. Reviewing these materials before each math workshop and making materials readily accessible will help students with organization. Secondary students typically require the same general materials daily. While these materials may vary from class to class, they are typically the same unless a special project is assigned. For example, standard math materials may be a pencil, a calculator, paper, and a textbook. Standard social studies supplies may be the same, but exchanging a calculator for colored pencils. The key is to have materials stored together in a convenient location. Checklists. Checklists are another way for learners of all ages to stay organized. When elementary students think about submitting an assignment with multiple parts, having a visual checklist will help them remain organized. The example shows one family's visual checklist to help their child understand what they need to do, including a visual reminder prior to going to bed each night. After successfully using checklists with elementary learners during daily routines, transitioning to using checklists to turn in assignments will feel more routine. Consider an assignment your child might have that asks that they interview a family member about their favorite book. What might a visual checklist of this assignment look like? When secondary students think about submitting assignments for many different classes, a visual checklist will help them stay organized. The example shows one family's visual checklist for setting the table at mealtime. While pictures may seem unnecessary for older students, research shows that visual representations are processed by the brain more quickly than written directions. Authentic pictures also provide a reminder of the expectation and what the task should look like when it is complete. This is something we will discuss further in the planning module. Checklists can be used with secondary learners in mastering routines for getting ready for school, completing or submitting assignments, and even self-advocacy. Consider the secondary learner's task of organizing synchronous and asynchronous work, along with attending a teacher's office hours. What might a visual checklist for this look like? Being able to develop and maintain a sound system for keeping materials and plans neat and orderly is the foundation for completing assignments efficiently.